in Houston, Texas. I'm Carah Hart for Brownfield. We're at the Meristem booth. I've got two great guests with me today. Sitting next to me is Meristem's COO, John Gertz, and on the far end, Meristem's Director of Innovation and Product Management, Chris Thrasher. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for being here. I think I said Thrasher, not Thrasher, right? It's Thrasher, right?
You know, I've been called worse. That's not bad.
So how's Classic going for you all here this week?
Outstanding. The traffic's
Great.
been good. A lot of people very excited about the announcements that we did with our new innovations coming into the biocapsule delivery system and the pail. So just a lot of enthusiasm.
Well, we're going to dive a little deeper into the innovation piece today. This is going to be a little bit more of an in-the-weeds kind of interview for those of you out there that are interested in the how and the behind the scenes of what's actually happening with the products. So tell me more about this system. You've got some buckets on your laps. What makes this such an important part of what Meristem has to offer?
So I'll talk real quickly about where we are now, and then Chris, maybe you talk about the new technologies.
Of course,
coming,
yeah.
Okay. So what we've done is we've taken a very established application, talc graphite seed fluency applications. This is a very known application that people have used for quite a long time. Convenient, fast, and easy. And last year we introduced the hopper throttle biocapsule delivery system, where we've mounted microbes in an enclosed container and then mounted that inside of this lid. So by putting the microbes inside of individual containers, we accomplish a couple of important things. One, we make sure that the biology stays alive to do maximum agronomy as it's needed in the field. And then we simplified the approach of simply having to release a button, shake your pail, pour it into your planter box, and away you go. And the buttons that we had going into the Commodity Classic before we made this announcement is very basic. So then our soybean pail, a black button, which is our soybean inoculant. Good old-fashioned blue button, which is really focused on nitrogen utilization and maintaining nitrogen efficiency and increasing nitrogen availability. We have our white button, which we lovingly call our building big root button, so it just helps the plant get a big sponge underneath it to soak up all the nutrients and water that's there. And then last year, this year, we introduced the green button. That's our ether technology, which is an enzyme technology focused very heavily on phosphorus uptake. Now, we've taken the basics of what we call plant health, plant biology, and now we're starting to add the ability to actually be able to address pesticidal applications, right, Chris?
Exactly. Biocontrols.
Biocontrols. So this year we made an announcement in the soybean pail. We will be introducing and having available broadly for next year's crop two important buttons, our two little yellow buttons. One is metalaxyl, which is by far the gold standard for below ground soybean disease management. Best product on the market for phytophthora. We also have what's called pre-phyte biofungicide. This is a biological fungicide, very broad spectrum. It does have one hole, phytophthora, which is why we put it with the metalaxyl. So between the two buttons, we can now say we have a complete system approach for soybeans, where when you press these buttons, you set the plant up for having big, healthy roots fast, set it up for being able to get started quickly, and now with the two yellow buttons, we can protect below-ground pestilence and mitigate below-ground diseases and control below-ground diseases. And we brought kind of a similar approach in corn, right?
Yeah, most definitely. So, this is not new technology that we're introducing. It's just a new way of delivering an active ingredient with a biologic. This is the first in the industry. You've seen in the industry, seed fluency, of course, which is the base of our product. But we've also seen, the use of synthetics, in a graphite talc. But we've never seen synthetics paired with a biocontrol. I've worked in the biological industry for 10 plus years. Spent millions of dollars trying to formulate stuff to stay alive inside these mix. Well, with this type of delivery system, we're able to deliver the technology, and it's going to be alive for the full time that you have this container. Once you release that button and you shake it up, that's when you're ready to deliver the product. So it kind of takes some of that guesswork out of, well, is this product still good? And we get that all the time. Is the product still good? As long as you haven't released that button, product's still good.
I'm going to ask you a little bit more of a kind of a 101 question here, kind of basics for those out there that are still getting familiar with what you all do and the products you offer. You talk about products being alive. What do you mean by that?
That's a really good question because, biologics, biologics has been a term kind of thrown around loosely in the past few years. When we talk about biologicals, it's either something alive or something, a derivative of a live organism. So what we're really working on here is a derivative of a live organism with our green button, and then we're working with live organisms on all of our other buttons. We talked about inoculants and soybeans. So real quickly, the difference between a red and a top is this is for soybeans, this is for corn. We just like to have a different color.
Color coding's great, isn't it?
Color coding's great. But that's what we mean by alive, is we know inside that container is this, somewhat sterile environment that those microbes can stay happy living together without any type of antagonistic effect from the graphite talc. Remember, graphite talc is a desiccant. So when you put a living organism, it doesn't kill it, it just starts robbing the moisture from it. So like we said, we talked about our soybean, but we didn't explain the red button.
Correct.
So you want to talk a bit about the red button, John?
Button.
Please tell us about the red button.
It's
not danger, is it?
No, it's actually the opposite of dangerous.
Oh, so this is our corn rootworm technology. So this is our first year to have a corn rootworm biosuppression, biomitigator that we can put inside of our capsule. This is really something all of our dealers have asked for. So now we're able to deliver, because that's how we build these pails, is off of what customers are asking for. It's not something that we're trying to, gain market share. We're just trying to build what customers want, because we want them to have the choice in the marketplace.
You asked a really good question, Carah. What makes it special? Because if you can almost see inside of the pail there, you can kind of see that the biocapsules are hanging inside of the lid, right? So what we've done is we have sealed the biology inside of these capsules, inside of the pail, and now they're in a sterile, protected environment. You keep the biology alive until you push the button and you need it. So for convenience sake, we make sure that we preserve the biology for agronomics. We do it in a very convenient application where it's just push, 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 shake your pail, open your top, pour it into your hopper box, and you're able to address numerous agronomy needs with the convenience of a talc graphite application, which is what farmers want. More bushels for less, help farmers go faster, because what we know at Meristem is biology is fertility. And with the biocapsule delivery system, that's how you preserve live biology for maximum agronomy.
Why is it important, would you say, for farmers to be able to apply these products when they do? Why is this product designed to be applied early on, in this growing phase?
So first of all, we're trying to put the control back in the farmer's hands. No longer you have to be dependent on someone else to deliver technology to your seed. Today most farmers rely on the seed company to provide the technologies they need for their acre.
Or they'll seed treat.
Or they'll do seed treatment.
Yep.
And some people say, are you trying to eliminate seed treatment? Yes. We're trying to alleviate the need for the big pieces of equipment. This is something that you can deliver just in time. But if you're really, really tied to a seed treatment application through a liquid system, this is like layering technology. We're not here to, we know that there's only so much space on the seed. This way we're able to deliver more technology effectively to the grower. And like I said, I live in Alabama. I don't know if you tell by the accent, but I'm not from Ohio. But what we really are interested in is delivering the technologies that each farmer finds necessary for their operation.
Chris, is there any other part of the science that you really want to make sure that viewers understand?
That's the really important thing when it comes to biologics. I mean, we could get into weeds of science, and I do like to talk about everything.
I know. I get you.
It's it kind of gets a little boring.
Yeah.
But I think what's really important about the science is that these are tested, proven technologies. A lot of this technology has been developed 10, 15 years ago, but companies just didn't know how to deliver it. At Meristem, we work with the world's leaders when it comes to microbials. We don't grow this stuff ourselves. We work with trusted suppliers to deliver the science that's needed for corn crops, specific to a corn crop or specific to a soybean. We have products for rice, sorghum, sugar beets,
peanuts, cotton.
Fantastic.
Carah, the way I think about it is, at the end of the day, like Chris said, we've had biologicals used around the world with great success for 10, 15, 20 years. They've never really gained a lot of traction in the United States. And one of the limiting factors is the United States is unique. In Europe, you plant a couple of 100 acres in a day. In America, we plant a couple of thousand.
Yeah.
The toys are bigger, the acreage is bigger, and the production has to happen with much higher throughput. So, biology cannot be handheld and spoon-fed to the acre in America. So now, by protecting the biology with the patented biocapsule delivery system, we take known, proven technologies, preserve the biology in a protected biocapsule, allowing the farmer to say, when it's time for me to plant, I'm in charge. I release the technology. I control what goes in the planter. I control what goes in the ground. And if I don't need a full 6-button configuration, maybe I only need the 4. And with that, the farmer's back in charge.
I think another thing that's really important is we proudly list everything that's in the bucket on our label.
Agreed.
Every label, every tech sheet, we give exactly what's in the product. It's not, well, I know it's got a biological, but I don't really know what it has on it. We proudly display those because we want the farmers to know what kind of technology they're using on every acre. So.
Well, it's important for them to understand what
Exactly.
products they're using, right? And to be able to
Absolutely.
use it correctly. So they are getting the best results for their crop.
They're getting what they're paying for.
Absolutely. Do you all have anything else you'd like to add about Classic or Meristem?
All I would like to say is Classic's been wonderful. You know, Meristem, this last year was our first year coming back to the Commodity Classic, being a younger company. We had wonderful response to introducing the biocapsule delivery system. We've had the announcement on bringing pre-fight and bringing metal axle, the addition of Gardex and corn. It's a buzz over here. People are excited about it, and you can tell it's resonating. Farmers are saying exactly what we all know. You mean I'm in charge again? I get to pick what I put out there. It's my field, my planter, and I'm in control. And the answer is, yeah.
You know, and what's really exciting for me at an event like this is you get to hear the actual farmer come up and tell you about their successes.
Oh, sure.
And
yeah.
right before this, I was talking to a gentleman, and he was talking about 14 bushel increase in his farm. He's like, even the company, the seed company he was working with, can't mention names, but like, what did you do different in that field? That's the kind of success stories that makes us happy and lets us know that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing as a company.
Yeah, that feedback is so good
is
and so valuable.
Well,
so valuable.
And
of
when
course.
we're kind of a company of farmers, by farmers, and for farmers. So when our customers, farmers, come up and say, hey, thanks for kind of changing the environment and tipping the landscape in our favor, I don't know, kind of makes your heart swell with a little bit of pride and joy.
Well, I love that you all have shared all that you have with us today. Thank you. Real quick,
Thank
John,
you.
where can folks find the Meristem booth here at Classic?
We're upstairs on the 3rd floor.
6736, I think it is.
Thanks,
It's
Chris.
67
See, product guys knows the number.
Well, look for the green, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the
Very
Meristem green.
Well-
Winners go fast. You can't miss the big banner outside.
Well, John and Chris, thanks again so much. And thank you all for joining us here as we report to you from the Commodity Classic. I'm Carah Hart for Brownfield.